Hi, Tom Cole for Steve Taylor's Community Connection. It's certainly an honor and a privilege to be here with a wonderful young lady today, Christy Gustin, the Regional Director for the Girl Scouts. Christy, I saw some figures, and you tell me, I know when they publish figures, sometimes they're off or whatever, but I saw about 39,000 Girl Scouts in 32 counties. Is that about right?
Yeah, Girl Scouts of Western Ohio, we serve girls all the way from the Michigan border down to Kentucky, Indiana, and east of I-75. 32 counties, 39,000 girls.
Wow, that's incredible. And just kind of hone this down for us. I know that I saw a mantra that I really liked, that you try to create confidence, courage, and what was the other C? Commitment?
Character.
Character. Confidence, courage, and character. Kind of explain that mantra to me.
So everything about Girl Scouts is about building girls for a lifetime of leadership. So they are developing positive values, they're seeking challenges, they're learning how to develop healthy relationships, pursue those leadership opportunities, and learning to make a difference in their community. And all of that then develops those girls of courage, confidence, and character. And they're making their world a better place every day out there in the community.
Christy, that's very well said. I saw that the Girl Scouts are trying to bring awareness to voting and being civically responsible and being involved. I think it's the 100-year anniversary of the 19th Amendment, where women got the right to vote. And I'm not trying to be political, but I do know that more women vote than men, and women will determine the outcome of this election. I mean, quite candidly, that's fact. So how are the young ladies doing that, encouraging people to vote?
Well, I think every troop is approaching it a little bit differently,
Okay.
Whether they're doing something in their school, in their community, with their troop, depends on what that level is. But we rolled out a whole bunch of different badges where girls could explore civics engagement and democracy at a community level. We just had a panel with judges and politicians where they could ask questions and learn about the process. What does it mean to get on the ballot and go through that election process with, as a politician? So they're learning those things at the ground level and then figuring out how they can make a difference. And you said it, it's a 100th anniversary of the women's suffrage movement and the women's right to vote. And schools today are so challenged with civics engagement because they're teaching just those basic skills. That Girl Scouts was able to take up that mantra and really promote that civics and democracy education within their troops, which is great.
Now, Christy, are the badges still kind of the same? I think I remember my daughter went through Girl Scouts. I thought it was gold, silver, bronze kind of badges. Are those awards still around? Or?
Yeah, so those are our 3 highest awards in leadership.
Okay.
Starting at that lowest level, 4th and 5th graders can earn our bronze award, and they're going out and doing 20 hours of service within their community, focused on helping on an issue that they're passionate about. And then that silver award is our middle school girls, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and they're doing upwards of 50 hours of service. And then our gold award girls are our high school girls, and they are putting in up to 2 years on a project where they're providing 80 hours of service to drive a community issue and make a difference in the world.
That is like the coolest thing to me, because I think there's a void in our country today in leadership. And you work with young people. I've had a career working with young people. They're incredible. I mean, people say kids aren't what they used to be, and I always say, oh yeah, you're right. They're better than what they used to. I mean, they are committed to our country and committed to doing things right, and you see it every day. What does it mean to you when you see these young ladies develop these leadership skills? How does that make you feel?
Ooh, can make me tear up just thinking about it. I've been a professional Girl Scout for 25 years now. I've watched girls come up from kindergarten who are now graduated and moved on to their professional career and are now giving back themselves to other girls. But I've watched girls build libraries in underserved populations. I have watched girls create mentoring and tutoring programs. I have watched girls do worldwide education on women's health issues. They're giving back and they're making a big difference. So when kids are like, we can't make a difference in this world, they absolutely can. 1 girl at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 step at a time. They are making a difference in their communities.
Well, and that's a perfect segue. And you and Kelly and your staff are making a difference, because the girls have to be led. I mean, it doesn't just happen. So kudos to you, Kelly, your staff, for all the lives that you're ameliorating and making these future leaders for our country. We're so proud to have you here, and I'm going to bring in the boss, and he is, all the things that you talk about is what he's all about, about leadership, making a difference, standing up. You're fantastic, and I'll turn you over to Steve. Thank you so much, Christy.
Thanks.
Hey everybody, Steve Taylor. I'm here with Christy from the local Girl Scout organization. Tom Cole did a fantastic job. You know, the reason we love to bring people in for the Steve Taylor Community Connection is to raise awareness and just to tell people a little bit more about some organizations, you know, that are in our community. And just listening to a little bit that you talked about, I learned so much about the Girl Scouts. I had my oldest daughter was a Girl Scout for a few years, and what I know about the Girl Scouts are cookies. And I had to use our dining room table as a place. We had all the cookies that got dropped off, and everybody came to pick them up. And I like my fair share of Girl Scout cookies. So I was excited when I heard you were coming in because I thought I'd get the scoop and the inside secret on how to get these cookies before everybody else. But we're learning a few more important things. Now it's funny, you have your 3 C's. We have our 3 C's. We talk about our customers, our coworkers, and our community. But I like the 3 C's that you guys have a little bit more. I love talking about the courage too and the confidence that you have to instill in these young girls. Talk a little bit about the history, maybe of those 3 C's and the history of the Girl Scouts, because obviously you guys have been around for a long time.
We have. We are in our 108th year this year of that original Girl Scout. Julia Gordon Lowe, who was our founder, we're celebrating on October 31st, is our Founders Day. And she started this organization just on a whim. She met somebody over in England who was doing things for boys and thought, why couldn't we do this for girls? And brought it back to the United States and started that very first Girl Scout troop on March 12th, 1912. Wow. And we've been honoring her legacy ever since. As an open and inclusive organization for all girls who want to be part of what we're doing. So she set a great example for us.
Sure. So talk to us a little bit too. What we love to do is let people know how they can get more involved. And I'm sure that the schools do a great job in local communities of finding ways, you know, to let the girls know about how to get involved. But there might be some people out there that don't know how they can get their girls involved in Girl Scouts. So what's the best way to get somebody involved?
Sure, you can actually go right online to our website, gswo.org/join. Okay. And we will connect you with a troop in your neighborhood, your community, or your school.
That's easy.
Yes, very.
So you've been with the organization for 20 some years? That's what
25 years professionally, 35 years if you count all my girl years.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So while we wrap up here, tell us, is there some story that you have, maybe over that short amount of time, is there a story that sticks out to you about what really, you know, symbolizes Girl Scouts in your life? I'm sure you've got a few. It's hard to come up with one, right?
Do you tell the embarrassing one or do you tell the really uplifting one? For me, Girl Scouts really instilled a love of the outdoors. I was in a camping troop. We went hiking, we went backpacking, we went camping, and did all of these adventure things, which I think is one of the best kept secrets about Girl Scouts. Everybody always thinks about camping and crafts and cookies, but we do so much more than that. And even today, girls are doing coding, they're programming drones, they're learning to fly planes, things that I just wish I had the opportunity to do as a girl. But I also have to say that I also remember the lesson earning my sewing badge, where, and I'm not a sewer, and I sewed it to my own skirt, and I stood up like, I'm so proud of this, and then was like, oh, I have to undo the whole thing. So you also learn the things that you're not good at. You get the opportunity to fail, pick yourself up, and try again, which I think is the phenomenal thing about Girl Scouts. And we are led by, can I just say, 12,000 dedicated volunteers that are giving of their time to girls every day. We couldn't do this without them. And so I want to give a shout out to our Girl Scout volunteers.
Oh, great point. Yep, there are so many people behind the scenes in this organization that definitely make things happen. So shout out to all the volunteers and to all the girls that are part of Girl Scouts. And we can't wait for cookie season. I know around here we get people that come by the dealership, and the salespeople downstairs, they usually order a few boxes.
There you go.
Can't wait for that too. But we know there's so much more to Girl Scouts than cookies. Thanks for sharing a little bit with us today.
Thank you.
Glad to have you in the studio. Hope you had some fun and had some laughs watching us beforehand too.
Yes.
So thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in to one of our Steve Taylor Community Connections. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.